Today we are in Glasgow and we're going to visit Mappin and Webb. And they've been very kind to let me go play with a Reverso that I cannot stop thinking about. Probably the coolest Reverso I've seen. Let's go check it out. Welcome to Mark and Jack, I'm Adrian, and this channel is just about me exploring watches, drinking coffee, chatting with you guys. If you want to support the channel, hit the subscribe button down the bottom there. It really helps to grow the channel so I can get access to cooler things and then share cooler things with you guys. And then also hit that bell icon so you get notifications whenever I drop new videos. I'm quite unorganised and so I don't really have a schedule. It's usually around Wednesdays and Fridays, Saturdays. This one's probably going to drop Sunday. So the bell icon's your best bet to kind of get notifications around new content. You can also jump to the markandjack.shop and check out our NATO straps over there. We have some premium NATO straps and we ship them worldwide. I've always been a massive fan of the Reverso and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know what it is about the Reverso that I really like. I'm pretty sure it's just down to the case shape, but I think the whole package is an awesome package. There is something really cool about the Reverso, and I kind of feel like it's one of those watches where I think if you see someone wearing a Reverso, it's a safe bet that they're a watch lover, or they at least have a good story behind it, like it was handed down or something like that. Although I love the Reverso, and I'd rank it as one of my favourite watches, and JLC are one of my favourite watch brands, I wouldn't buy a Reverso because it just doesn't fit with me. I don't need it. I'm not a dressy person and I certainly can't afford to have a multiple £1,000 watch that I'd only use on the odd occasion. Then I spied this guy and it gives off a completely different air to all the traditional Reversos. This is a Reverso Classic Medium Duoface Small Second. This is a reference 2458422, and this is a medium size, so it measures in at 25.5mm wide by 42.9mm long. I felt the medium size was better proportioned than the larger size. I felt like the larger size was just there to kind of cater for the trend of larger watches. The front main face is time only with small seconds, and it has a silvered grey dial with a brushed outer finish, and in the middle it has a gear shade kind of inner section. The black face on the other side is the second time zone with a 24-hour sub dial. It kind of has the opposite dial with gear shade on the outer section, and then on the inner section it's a smooth finish. The movement inside is the caliber 854A/2. It's a manual wind movement and it only has 42 hours of power reserve. Now weirdly, the copy that goes along with this watch on JLC's website, it says, with its two dials driven by the single automatic movement, the Reverso Classic Medium Duo Small Seconds watch offers travelers two time zones in an elegant steel case. The Fagliano collection calfskin strap enhances its timeless elegance. So weirdly, there's an error here, and it says with its two dials driven by a single automatic movement, and all other literature says that this thing has a manual wind movement. So if anyone knows anyone at JLC, just give them a little heads up that they've messed that up. But the second part is the Fagliano collection calfskin strap enhances its timeless elegance. I completely disagree with this phrasing because I actually think it does the complete opposite, and that's what I like about this watch, is that the strap actually removes some of the elegance. It tones it down. Rather than it being a dressy watch, you can imagine this watch being worn by someone with some worn-in brogues, chinos, or shirts with an open collar and rolled up sleeves, as opposed to someone wearing a full suit and tie as you would with all the other Reversos. There's something about the air of this strap that just gives off a nice relaxed look, like it's dressed down Friday or something. I think it's simply down to the fact that the strap is tan leather, and also it's got this vintage, slightly patinaed look about it, as opposed to the usual black, pristine looking leather straps. The Fagliano section is actually really cool. Basically, there's a polo boot maker in Argentina called Casa Fagliano. I'm really sorry if I'm cocking that pronunciation up. And they make a collection of leather straps for JLC, made of the same Cordovan leather as they use for their leather polo boots. Although Casa Fagliano is an Argentinian company, and the straps are stamped made in France. I don't know what that connection is. But regardless of that, I do think it's a cool connection because the Reverso was designed for polo players. The Reverso was launched in 1931 and it was designed so that polo players wouldn't keep breaking their watches. If you imagine a polo ball coming into contact with a watch, that glass will shatter and the dial will probably crack underneath as well. So the idea was that JLC designed this watch so that the face could be flipped over and the underside of the face, now we often see them with two faces, as in this case, but the underside of the face would often just be a plain steel bag. And so that would nicely protect the glass and the dial. Although I'd imagine that some damage would be done to the movement. But either way, this is a genuine sports watch and it has a genuine purpose to it. And I think that adds to the coolness. And the fact that it's a simple but practical solution to a problem that was actually about. I imagine it could just be marketing hype like a lot of other things, but it's a cool story and it's a cool connection and I like that. But it's also kind of a subtle connection to the upper classes without them having to say anything too snobbery, but the polo players back in the day, they would have been real gentry. If you've not experienced flipping over a Reverso, the kind of mechanism inside, do go and check it out because it's got one of those really satisfying clicks to it. The whole movement is really, the whole operation is really enjoyable. If you ever closed a barrel on a good shotgun or closed the action on a bolt action rifle, it's got that kind of like it's got a really solid but subtle sound to it. But it's you just know that you've just operated some high-end engineering and something that's been made with very tight tolerances. When you flip the face over on this thing and it locks in position, it's just a very solid mechanism and it's got a really satisfying operation to it. I really hope this mechanism is able to last because I can imagine Reverso owners just sitting there flipping their watch. I would do this. It's like playing with the bezel on dive watches. I would just sit there just flicking it round. Guys, I had to show you this thing because it was one of those watches that's played on my mind. I've always wanted to spend time with a Reverso because it's just one of those watches that I really enjoy. But there's so many I didn't really know which ones to choose. But then when I saw this one, it was obvious. This is most definitely the one that I wanted to kind of spend time with and create a video around. And a big thanks to the team over at Mappin and Webb in Glasgow for allowing me to get hands on with this piece because it is an awesome, awesome watch. And JLC obviously think a lot about it as well because they've put it on the front cover of their catalogue. This isn't sponsored by JLC. This is it's just a really, really good looking watch. Guys, let me know what you think of this watch. And I know that there's going to be a lot of Reverso fans out there. It is a very popular watch and it's a timeless design for a reason. It's just an awesome, awesome looking watch. And I think it's genuinely cool. And to kind of put that coolness into perspective, I think the Submariner is a really uncool watch. It's so common that it's uncool. I feel like the Explorer is so uncool that I think it's cool. The Reverso just is outright cool. I need to think of a different word. And guys, if there's watches that you'd like me to kind of check out and spend a bit of time with, not necessarily to share my opinion on, but kind of just document, then let me know because it is quite kind of overwhelming when you go into a watch shop and there's just everything there. And it's quite nice to kind of be given a heads up. Check this out because of XYZ. So let me know in the comments down below. Do pop over to barkandjack.com. We have old videos and articles up there, but we're also going to have high-res images of this piece over there. Pop over to barkandjack.shop to check out our premium NATO straps and give me a follow on Instagram at barkandjack. And hit subscribe down the bottom and a thumbs up if you like the video. Double tap the thumbs down if you didn't like the video. And I think that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.